Hi, welcome back. So it's now 0.25% rise on the Sensex, 100 points higher on that one. The Nifty is in the green as well. Looks like it could head higher from here. And the mid-cap index, which at one point was seeing a cut of in excess of 100 points, has now narrowed that cut as well. So now it's down only about 0.4%. Mr. Santosh Kannur has written to us from Kerala. He has 1,000 shares of Rain Industries, which he has bought at 325. He's been holding on for about 10 odd months now, so he is making a significant loss. Rajat, he says he's a short-term investor. What do you say? I mean, I could probably guess that he's in a lot of pain right now. But what do you say? I mean, is it a wrong stock, wrong price? What's the advice for him?
See, the problem with Rain is that the Supreme Court decision to ban that pet coke import, but that order was later revised, and after that there is some recovery in Rain. But then the situation hasn't really turned, because the commodity cycle that Rain used to ride has actually changed, and now it is in a problematic situation, and it is unlikely to really become better in at least in the short to medium term. Of course, for a long-term investor, if you are in a cyclical commodity stock, ultimately, eventually, you may get your price. But here, 325 is a tall order. I would say that unless it takes out 125 decisively in the short run, in a month's time or so, there is no point continue to holding it, because it will languish for quite a while.
All right, languish for quite a while, Rajat. Ultimera, 389 was the stock about a year ago. Then it turned into 240, then it turned into 100. And Rajat is saying there was bad news on it as well, with the Supreme Court banning it.
Yeah, so when it rains, it pours, I guess, right? At least for our caller.
When it rains, it pours. Okay, with that wordplay, let's hope our next viewer is in high spirits, because Mr. Ashish Singh writes to us from Mumbai, holds about 1,000 shares of United Spirits at 639 for the last 2 months. He is a long-term investor, wants to know whether to hold or sell. He has a fair amount. My sense is it is in the FNO space, because it's 1,000 shares and he's losing 66,000 rupees in just the last couple of months. Vijay, from a long-term perspective, United Spirits, what would your view be?
Well, I think you should hold on to the stock. The stock is volatile, yes, but I think that during election season, generally we see that there's an increase in the uptake in the sales numbers of liquor companies. So, and of course, it is now very evenly priced also. I don't think that it is overpriced at all at 570, or it's a good decent price, and I think that it has a good potential to touch 650 very soon. So let him hold on to the stock for 6 months, and I'm sure that 650, 670 would be on the cards.
Okay, and it's a fresh high for the Nifty Bank as well. So as we speak, 29,858 on the Nifty Bank. And if you look at the intraday chart, you'll see a very, very steep climb in just the last few minutes. Or I guess HDFC Bank would a lot of would be a big constituent in that up move, actually, and there it's about 1.5% higher on that one as well. Avnish Kumar Dwivedi has also written to us from Bihar. He says he holds 200 shares of Titagarh Wagons, which he has bought at 134 rupees. He wants to know what he should do with it at the moment. Rajat, Titagarh Wagons, any opinion?
I would say that it is actually not in a very happy situation. So my point is that unless it takes out the level of 81, you are not seeing it going up further. It's better sold out on any kind of a rally. That would be better off. I mean, there are lots of stocks that one can actually ride onto, especially the PSU banks. I mean, Titagarh Wagons, immediately I see no major upswing is likely there. So I suggest a switch, maybe to a Bank of India or say PNB. That would be better.
All right. Well, Sumaira, I was just looking at the Nifty Bank constituents. So, as the Nifty Bank is at a record high, we have HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, as well as IDFC First Bank. All of them are at record highs. The ones which are away from it, we have Yes Bank, which is about 37% away from that. We have another query as well.
Yeah, Vijay Singhal has written to us from New Delhi. He wants to know the 7-day view on Raymond. So that's pretty, specific. Rajat, you want to help him out?
Well, I would say that if it can take out the supply zone between 830 and 835, then it might head to 850 to about 870. But the point is that whether it would be able to actually clear that 830 to 835 zone. If it manages to do that, then look forward to 850 to about 870. But that's also a strong supply zone. Do not expect too much from this stock, at least in the next 7 days.
All right, Vijay, Rajat, thanks very much for joining in and for answering all our queries. We'll take a very quick break for now, but when we come back, we'll talk about mutual funds and our series Mutual Funds Simplified. Stay tuned.